I think the last session we have seen is the corporate restructuring. Maybe I'm not very sure about it. Okay, so this is going to be just no like just one session about on this particular module because no there is not much thing to discuss about. I'm just going to give an overall idea or view of like what is international business all about because we have gone through like many business terms and the ideologies and like many the techniques, business techniques or the different standards of business in our last sessions. So this time I thought no like let me take one session on international business. Okay, so let's start. Okay, to begin with, so what is an international business? So it is nothing but no the transaction or an exchange or interchange of goods and services, and not only that, there is an exchange of resources between the host country and the guest country, and there is an exchange or the there is a uh, like the movement between movement of knowledge and information between two or multiple countries, and there is a movement of money and movement of technology and skills among individuals and businesses. So, when considering each and every factor, so there is a movement of goods, yes, goods and services, it's offered by the organization. So, then resources. So, resources are being shared by, the host country and the guest country, like wherever the exporter or the business person wants to expand their business. So, there the resources are being shared. And as well as knowledge and information passes along with the goods and services. So whatever the goods or services offered by the organization and the knowledge with related to those goods, information with related to those goods, that is how the goods are produced, what is the origin of the goods and how to handle the goods, what is the how to use the goods and who is eligible to use these products and how it can be used and utilized, what is the shelf life of the product. So all the information and knowledge related to that product and the services are being exchanged or being transacted from the origin to the destination. And then there is the transaction of money, and then finally technology and skills which comes along with the goods and services. So transactions that are carried out across national borders to satisfy the objectives of individuals and the organization. So that's international business. So let's take note these commercial transactions. So what is transaction being transacted is between the private sectors and the government sectors. There is no between the private sectors of the host company and the guest company, or between the private sector of the host company and the government of the guest company, and vice versa. So however it is. And not only that, even between exchange of goods and services between individual, there is no one person business, no even that is also considered as a commercial transaction. No, that too comes under international business. Then sales and purchases are happening. There is no sales as well as purchases happening. Investments are being done. So if the investment is being done on the host country and by done by the host country, and logistical operations are being carried out, and transportation is happen. So transportation of goods and individuals and services, that is also happening in international business. Okay, so what is the nature of international business? It's not accurate information and timely. So when dealing with the the business contacts or business transactions within the country, so the information can be part of the information can be passed and the remaining part can be communicated anywhere anytime during the before the end of the complete transaction, even after delivering the products that the information can be passed. But when going out of the country, whether it is a product or the service, so the information has to be very accurate, it has to be very clear and precise, because the government, the other country's government where the business has to be transported So the government seeks the valid information, true information, and genuine information related to the product, and it has to be timely as well. And the size of the international business. So there is completely no like up to the organization, so they can decide no like to which extent they can no expand their business. Then is market segmentation. So segmenting the market in macro level and micro level. So that too has to be considered. And international markets have more potential than domestic markets. So when taking the products to international markets, so there is a more chance of no like getting more customers, and you are getting no like you are likely to get, that is your organization is likely to get the uh, information no information related to the products, the future of the market, the future of the products, and future buying pattern. So all these forecasts can be, like that all the demand forecasts can be done in an elaborate way. So even if the domestic market fails, international market can, be of a, like a big help to the organization. So where is the scope? Like, to which extent the international business can, has a scope. So international marketing can be done. So whatever marketing activities is carried in the local and domestic market for a local product, the same product or no like any other product, when it is taken internationally, the same level of marketing or no like the marketing strategies and no techniques with a little bit no like change and amendments according to the the country's cultural background. So all things like can be amended, and then it can be marketed. No, the products can be marketed. And there is a no like scope in international finance and investments. So getting finance and acquiring investments and or absorbing investments, it will be more easy for the businesses, because when going internationally, so there is a lot of chance and a lot of amenities and no subsidiaries are available from different countries, so from different governments of those countries. So those things can be availed. And foreign exchange. So there's a lot of chance for foreign exchange happening. So wherever the foreign exchange is like very high, obviously the national economy increases, and global HR. So even the HR, that is now the human resources, are being like utilized and identified and utilized internationally. So if a company, can't get an enhanced skilled person for performing a particular job in the host country, so they can know they are very well can get the identify and select the right kind of talented people or not talented individual from any country across the globe. So these are the scopes of international business. Okay, so features of international business. The first one being large scale operations. Even though like when few organizations like Reliance or Tata, so even they are like in large scale when they are like being operated domestically. But when like usually when international business is done, that is when taking the local business, local market internationally, again the business expands. So many things has to be considered. So the business keeps on expanding. Then integration of economies is possible. So like the better integration of like the host country and the guest countries economies, like that is also possible, dominated by developed countries and MNCs. So this is like more useful for the developed countries and like developing countries, because mostly the developed countries outsource their most of their business activities to the individuals or talents in the developing countries. So, like it gives an employment opportunity for the individuals in developing countries. And other than that, for developed countries, if you consider on their part, they can save a lot of money. Cost factor, like matters here, because when they are engaging the talents from their own country, so they may have to like pay extra. I mean the salaries or the wages or hourly wages, whatever, they may have to pay extra. But when things are no like outsourced, when the activities, business activities are outsourced to the developing countries, individuals in developing countries, they don't have to pay like that much. Though, and benefits to participating countries in many ways. So, for example, uh, when it's like foreign brands no like any beverages, foreign beverages, when they are planning to uh, go for selling the products in countries like India, that is in developing countries, so they can utilize the resources, few of the resources from this guest country. So it doesn't mean no the host country has to provide everything. Consider Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Only the formula for these beverages, no, it comes from the comes from the from the country of origin. Otherwise, all the other supplies like water, the bottles, plastic bottles, and everything, no, like that is being no like supplied from the resources which is available in India. Then keen competition. So competition becomes more. So what happens when competition becomes more? The quality of the product will automatically increase. So, while considering the monopolistic environment, you cannot expect quality in the, like the product, and you cannot expect a good shelf life of the product, and you cannot, control the price of the product, because no, it's completely a monopolistic situation. So, whatever the company fixes, so that would be the price. So, whether you like it or don't like it as a consumer, you have to buy it. When it comes to a competitive environment, so consumers will get more benefited because they get quality product and no like at a nominal price. And special role of science and technology. So obviously, like the companies and the organizations, they keep on enhancing the product to stay in the competition for a long run, to stay in the market. So because of that, they are no like more involved into the research and development of their product and service, and they are no like accepting and utilizing the present and the future science and technology for these matters. So they are no like keeping on advancing their products and services to capture the market, to satisfy the customer, to make a part of the customers as loyal customers. And for all these purposes, no like companies keeps on no like going on with research and development of their product and services. Then international restrictions. So that is almost like prevailing in like all the countries, because each and every country has their own restrictions and no regulations for importing any product, accepting any product from outside the country. So when the host country is coming up with no uh, like the many of the specifications related to the product, it is accepted by the companies and consumers in the host country. But when going internationally, that doesn't work out. So you have to abide, the organization has to abide with the rules and regulations from the food department or the government or the law of the host country. So why is it no like so important? Importance, no like why international business is so important? So why can't we go with just domestic business? So earn foreign exchange. The company, I mean the country earns no like a good foreign exchange. That is no like the economy keeps on increasing because buying pattern no like it increases. The people no like tend to buy no like frequently. So because of that, the foreign exchanges, no, like it shows a very positive sign, which is good for the nation's economy. Optimum utilization of resources. No resources is going to get wasted because of no like international business. So each and every resource is no like considered as no unique and no like valuable. So organization knows how to know like safely handle these resources, as they know like possess the value no of the very product. So they know how to know like maximum utilize the no resources out of it, and not try to give the products and services in the best way. Achieve its objectives. Yes, companies can achieve their objectives to spread business risk. Uh, when doing no business in the local market, so all the risks and uncertainties with related to the product or to the external environment or internal environment, it is completely on the the organization. But when they are extending their business, expanding their business, going globally, the business risk can be, like shared with the host country. So in that way, the things can go in, like a very smooth. There is no like the conditions may be very favorable, and any competition can be like handled at ease. Then improve organization's efficiency. Uh, how this is going to happen is, for example, the organization who's no which is planning to outsource their like activities, business activities to the developing countries. So they expect a standardization in the quality of work, in the output of the product. So that quality and like how to maintain the quality, the techniques and like rules regarded to that. So that is being like trained and taught and transferred to the all the individuals who are going to work for the company. So in this way, the organization's efficiency increases overall. Get benefits from the government. So, like when foreign companies or no organizations, they are being welcomed by the host country to like open set up their markets here. Government provides them with like many subsidies and like many plans, so that like to boost them, to encourage them to continue their business here, so that like they can give more employment opportunities for our individuals. Then expand and diversify the business, and finally increase competitive capacity. Okay, so what are like how to go internationally? There are many ways to go internationally. That is, doing business internationally, taking your business from local market to international market. But before that, so what is the plan? No, when in the conception period, what an organization has to plan is, so is there any international demand for the firm's product? So that has to be identified on the first basis. So whenever the firm decides to go internationally, so they have to know like do a research and know like get a result on whether their product and service will be accepted by the consumers who are in the other country. So if it is an yes, then the organization can move to the next process. But on the other hand, if it is a no, then no, like stay domestic. If the company sees that no, their product is not of worth going internationally, or the international consumers may not like the organization's products which are sold domestically, then it's better not to go internationally. So stay domestic, do the domestic business, take care of the domestic business. Okay, so then if it is a yes, then no, the company, the organization proceeds with the next process. So what is the next process? Can the product be modified to fit a foreign market? So take an example of air coolers or like heaters. So the way the foreign markets or the consumers in the foreign countries, like they use the air coolers, like air coolers or the air conditioners or the heaters, like for a very like for a wide range of purpose. But here, no, it's restricted only to summer season and no like winter season. But there, no, that's completely different. So that has to be like analyzed. And if the answer is yes, then they can move to the next process. But in case if the answer is no, so they can stay domestic. Okay, what happens when it is an yes? The third process will be is the foreign business climate suited to imports? So their conditions, I mean, the foreign business, their political conditions, their economic conditions, their country's economic situation, and the diplomatic relationships, like with the the country and the host and the neighboring countries. So this has to be analyzed. So the climate, the background of the climate of the like the or the country has to be analyzed. So if it is suitable, then move to the next process. But if it is not suitable, and please say domestic. Okay. So everything is fine, everything is suitable. Now the organization decides to go internationally. Then the last question they have to ask for themselves is, does the firm have or can it get the necessary skills and knowledge to do business abroad? So the skills and knowledge which the organization uses for domestic market or domestic marketing, so that's completely different. And going internationally, it's not like completely different. There has to be like a quality. There has to be no like they have to show some kind of like an extent and like specifications, very specifications. So many things has to be done. If the organization or like is able to do it, then they can go with international. Or if it is a no, they are not ready to go with that because no, they lack sufficient funds, or they lack the capacity, they lack the machineries required for it, or they lack people required for it, then no, like it can be considered as a no, and they can no stay domestic. So this is how no like the organizations plans even before no like thinking about going internationally. Okay, so entry strategies are many. The first one being exporting. By exporting the organization product or service, this organization can become an international business. I mean, get into international business, it can become an international company or organization. So under exporting, we have direct and indirect. So what is indirect? Indirect, okay, let me first say direct. Direct exporting is the company directly exporting to the the other country. So directly dealing with the market over there, or directly dealing with the like consumers or distribution channels over there. So in that way, they can do a direct exporting. Indirect exporting is like getting the help of a mediator for exporting the products. So if they don't know anything about the the other country's market, then the organization has to depend on any of the mediators. So these mediators can be the wholesalers of the other country or the retailers of the other country, the bulk distributors or the market agents or commission agents, so whoever it may be. So when the company, when the organization is approaching these mediators to sell their products, to export their products to foreign locations, then that is an indirect exporting. The next one is licensing. So licensing, it's a kind of an agreement. So the organization who is not like ready, which is ready to give license, gives the other company which is in the foreign location to use the host company's patent, trademark, copyright, technology, production processes, and products. So in this way, licensing is given. Even in this way, they can go internationally. And there is a licensee's fee. Every year, this fee has to be, paid to the company. That is the host company. So they have to keep on renewing that agreement, and they have to pay a license fee. And the third one is franchising. So this is franchising is using everything, like not only the patent, trademark, copyright, but also the other technologies and everything. But in franchising, the difference between the licensing and franchising is in licensing, the decision making related to the the product. If there is like any enhancement has to be done on the product, then the licensor who has got the license from the organization has to get approval from the corporate office, that is from the main office. So decision making is taken by the corporate offices. And but in franchising, that doesn't happen. So franchising, even the the people or the management or any company which has taken the franchisee of a particular brand, so decision making can be done by them. So that is the difference. So foreign assembly. So foreign assembly is not like going with subsidiary or not going with the local assembly. It is not like setting up an assembly unit in the foreign country, the other country, because the country where the organization has its origin may not have that kind of machinery setup, the highly advanced machines or the technology setup may not be available, but it would be available in the other country. So then in that case, this organization can outsource that particular activity, which is no like this assembly process or no like the production or the packing process, whatever. Because no like that particular technology is not available here, but it is available in the other country. So in that way, they can go internationally. And the next one is turnkey operation. So turnkey operation is a concept where the project, it's like a kind of a project work. That is the country which is, or the organization which is having its origin in the, the host country. So what they do is they want to get a project done, or they want to get a particular work done. So for that reason, so they appoint, like the expert from the other country. So these experts, what they do is they will know like come to the host country, analyze the situation, and know like see how the product will work out, and make enhancements on the product, or come up with a completely new product, and know like just know like check whether the product is in working condition, or how it is benefiting the customers. And once it is done, they will know like hand over the project to the host country after getting the the money out of it. So this is usually done for turnkey operations, like bridge, the building dams and bridges, and laying out the railways, and using new technologies, like in transportation. So even like something sometimes like even that's IT related solutions and softwares, like even those things are being considered as a turnkey operation. So the experts are being called to the host country. They are being given with the project work. So the host country is, or host organization is ready to pay to those experts. These experts can be individuals or another agency or a company. And once they are done with the project and now finalized that the project works very well, they can hand over project to the host country or organization, and they can go back to their country. So that's how it works. And the next one is foreign production subsidiary. So, like establishing a production unit in the foreign country. So, why? Because of no like availability of no workers for cheaper wages or cheaper salary. Say like setting up a production unit in countries like USA or Canada or any European country, you have to pay a good amount of money as a salary or wages to those employees, because they work for hourly basis. But considering no developing countries like India and Sri Lanka or Bangladesh or whatever, so here it's not no like it doesn't work in that way. So here we are no used to for daily wages or a monthly salary. And obviously no we tend to get like much lower than the salary which is being given to the individuals or skilled workers who are in the like western countries. So going on with the production unit, like establishing a production unit in another country, so in that way also lot money can be saved, because no the personnel, that is the manpower you are going to utilize for running those machinery, or no going on with that technology, you will be like taking it from the yes country. Then international firms is going on with setting up the business initial stages. In the initial stages itself, setting up the business as an international firm. But there are no like many things to many documentation process has to be like undergone before establishing your organization as an international firm. And sorry. And one thing we have to note here is in setting up an international firm. So sometimes the organization can be a new one, or they may have like split up the main organization into two or three smaller organizations, and these smaller organizations can establish themselves as an international organization. Then finally, multinational company. So there is a parent company and the host country. So parent company or the host company, or parent country and the host country. So what these multinational companies do is they invest, no, do a foreign direct investment, no, in the host country. So what they do is like, if they find there are no like available sources in the host country, there are no like good resources are available in the host country, these multinational companies are ready to invest in these host countries. So what is the benefit of investing in these host countries? They get cheaper labor, and they get the work done in a very good quality. And what is the benefit of the country, no, who is no like being as acting as a host? So what they get benefited is no like their individuals, their the experts and the young professionals in their country, they get the employment opportunities. And the 10th one is joint venture. So by going on with the joint venture, so you can know like go international, that is do international business. So joint venture is something where two or more organizations, so they join together to come up with no, a newer organization, and it depends on the shared value, no, like each organization holds. For example, organization A, company A and company B have decided to become a joint venture company, and they have found a new company called C, which is a joint venture company. Okay, then no, like what should be the name of this no like C company? So there has to be some name, right? And who is going to decide whether it's company A or company B? That depends on the share value these companies are holding. If company A is holding more share value, then they can decide everything in about company C. But on the other case, if organization, the company B is no like holding more shares in the organization, then they can decide no like they can take all the decisions no with related to organization C. So that is how it works. And yeah, profit is being no shared by both the parties. That is no company A as well as company C. So profit yielded by company C, it will be shared with company A and company B, and the profit share will be depending upon the capital share whatever they have invested. And finally, the last one is foreign direct investment. So many companies, no, especially these IT companies, they have done this foreign direct investment in countries like India. Sorry. So in countries like India. So what is the benefit of no going for FDI, foreign direct investment? So these companies, they have their corporate office or main offices set up in their country of origin, in their parent country, and to avoid cheap labor and to not avoid like uh, more skillful persons with no like a cheap labor, no? And getting no like resources at a very cheaper rate. What they do is they invest in the foreign countries. They are ready to invest in the foreign countries. By investing, they set up a business in the host country, and no like after setting up the business, they give employment opportunities. They use the skills and techniques of the experts, though, like who are working in their organization in the host country, and then they will get no, they'll get rewards out of it, and in return, they will give more employment opportunities. So that is how no it works. So that is completely an understanding between these two countries and these two no like companies. That is between the parent company and the host company. So what are the ways, no, like, what are the approaches of no international business? So there are four different approaches. First one being ethnocentric approach, and a polycentric approach, regiocentric approach, and finally geocentric approach. So how this international business can be approached? In what and
எல்லாம்
all
மிக்ஸ்ட்
ways
எடுத்துக்காணும்ல
it
அதோட
can be
எல்லாம் மிக்ஸ் ஆகிட்டு
uh, Mr. Xavier, can you mute your audio? Okay. Okay, so let's see one by one. The first one is ethnocentric approach. Okay, so ethnocentric approaches target market is own country. So they are not going to invest in the other country, but in the own country. And excessive production will be exported due to change in the customer taste and preferences. So this is the ethnocentric approach, and their organizational structure will be there would be a managing director in the parent country, that is in the own country, and under that managing director or the CEO or the president of the company, there would be different departments functioning. And for each and every department, there would be a appropriate, like manager or the, like a leader who leads the complete department, the whole department. And under them, there would be, like assistant managers for each, like zones or each location in the country. So this is how the organizational structure works for ethnocentric approach. So here in ethnocentric approach, the organization doesn't invest in the other country, host country, but what they do is they produce, they target the market in its own country, and excessive production will be exported. Just like like government of India, what it does is like the gross domestic products, like so once it is being like sufficient enough, and like once it has distributed to like almost all the warehouses, the domestic warehouses, the excess products is being like exported to other countries. So that's how they go into international business. And the second one is polycentric approach. So here the companies customizes the marketing mix to meet the taste, performance, and needs of the customers of the each international market. So according to the international market, according to different countries or locations where they want to sell their products, they will customize their products accordingly. It will not be the same product or the same packaging which would be in one country. You cannot see the same packaging and same product in other countries. Product may be the same, usage may be the same, but there would be some, like some difference, in either in the packaging or in the color of the product or in the way the product has to be used. And or sometimes, like there will be add-ons to the product on how to use the product. So there would be like a slight difference. So how the organizational structure works here is, so under managing director, there would be a CEO. So under CEO, there would be a foreign subsidiary. And that's the foreign subsidiary will be having a CEO. And under them, there would be, like departments, different departments and departmental managers. And the third one is regiocentric approach. So in this approach, the company operating successfully in a foreign country thinks of exporting other neighboring countries of the host country. So when like a company in US, an organization in US has set up a like organization, like business in India. So they have successfully, like run their business in India. Now they are targeting the neighboring countries of India. So that's the regiocentric approach. So in this stage, the concerned subsidiaries considers the regional environment, like such as law, culture, policies for formulating, and the organization structure here is like for regiocentric approaches. There is regiocentric companies, the structure would be like this. There is no under managing director, there would be a CEO. And that CEO will be having like different marketing uh, heads or marketing agencies in like different parts of the location or different parts of the zones. There is no like one in Kenya, one for Namibia, and one for Lesotho in these ways. And under them, there would be different departmental managers. And finally, this is already done. Okay. And finally, the fourth one is, I think, regiocentric and, yeah, geocentric. Yeah. Finally, the geocentric approach. So under this approach, the organization would be, like completely depending upon the, okay, this is how. So completely, the subsidiary would be given to different geographical locations. Like, like one subsidiary is being given to India, one is given to, like Namibia, one subsidiary given to Kenya. If you see the difference between regiocentric and geocentric, the organization structure, here under like that is the host country is the South Africa. So under South Africa, only the different marketing divisions are set up in like different parts. But here in geocentric, the whole subsidiary is being like outsourced to different countries in Africa. So this is how it is like done in geocentric approach. So finally, what are all the advantages of international business? The first one being faster growth. The organization, if they want to make business and see the profits at the very early stage, yes, of course, they can go for international. They can target the international market. The second one is access to cheaper inputs. That is no like accessing the cheaper resources. No, that is no like it becomes more feasible and no like it is not like easily available when going internationally because the parent country, the companies in the parent country comes to know about the resources available in other countries. So obviously, they tend to make use of these resources in those particular country and they set up their businesses there. So accessing to the cheaper raw materials and resources, that's made possible. And the third one is increased quality and efficiency. So quality and efficiency becomes becomes more because you have to deal with the foreign customers and no foreign diplomats and foreign government and no like foreign policies. So if you are going out of your country, obviously the product you're providing, the service you're providing has to maintain a quality. So that keeps on increasing when the business goes internationally. You cannot go with the cheaper products and no a very cheaper products using a cheaper quality raw material. So that doesn't work in international market. Initially, in the initial stages, no, it may seem working, but no, after some time, the company would get a like a bad reputation for like selling the cheaper products. So that is not good for the organization and for the country as well. That is not good for the country. So, for example, like we say Chinese products or no, like very cheaper. Yes, of course, it's cheaper, but no, considering the quality, it doesn't have a good shelf life. So that is how no the products and the country like giving out those cheaper like items which doesn't have a good shelf life. Like a bad reputation will be cost. The new market opportunity. So, like when as we saw in like geocentric, regiocentric countries, the parent country, which is like setting up an organization in the host country. After successfully they have run the organization, tend to like target the neighboring countries of the host country. So new market opportunities, like it keeps on going and like usage of resources and like usage of skillful persons, skillful talents, like that becomes more. And diversification of the organization, diversification of the business happens. And because of that, the organization brand is established globally. So, like completely, it's established. Okay, so there are few problems in, like going international, taking your business to international level. The first one being the political factors. The political environment of the host country may not be a favorable one. Or sometimes when in the initial stages, when the business is being set up, it may seem like like everything is favorable. But after some time, there may be some political unrest in the country, and because of that, the parent company, may face a downfall, like in selling their products. They couldn't make profits. So political factors influence a lot in international business. The second one is high foreign investments and high cost. Because now as the foreign investments becomes more and more, the cost also becomes more and more. Uh, so whom is who to whom is going to get affected is like the host country will get affected. That is no like in one way, host country will get benefited because no like the citizens of the host country will get good employment opportunities. But on the other hand, the cost of living, the cost of the other products and the subsidiaries, it keeps on increasing. So take an example. Now we have no in India we have many IT companies set up in topmost metro cities like no like Bengaluru, Kochi, and in Chennai, Hyderabad, and like Mumbai, and consider the cost of living in these cities. For a normal person, who like who's in a like who's leading a middle class or a lower middle class lifestyle, this person like cannot afford like the living in such metro countries, in much metro cities, because of like high foreign investments, because IT companies is more here, foreign direct investments are more like in these particular cities. And the third one is exchange is unstable. Sometimes like there may be an unstable in the exchange because of the instability in the share markets or the commodity markets or the forex market, foreign exchange market. Sometimes the exchange becomes unstable because the money value of each country's no the money, I mean money value of each country, it keeps on fluctuating. It is not the same, like on everyday basis. No, it's not the same. US dollar, like value, like with related to Indian, Indian rupee. So this keeps on changing. It is not stable for some time. So there is a like exchange instability. So that thing has to be considered, and that is a like a risk in international business. And entry requirements is more rigid and like many rules and regulations are there to enter the international market. When the company has decided to do business in local market, things are very easy to be done. So all they have to do is like getting the license for and getting their company registered, and getting license for manufacturing a product or selling a product, and that is all. No, like nothing else had to be done. No, like after some time, if their product is unique, or though these organizations want their product to be like the specific, especially identified by the customers, they can go for patent rights or the trademarks and all. So that doesn't cost too much. But other than that, like the other things, it costs it costs more. So entry requirements, it's becoming very rigid nowadays. Then tariffs and quota. So each country has a different tariff. Like a tariff is nothing but the taxes or amount you have to pay it as a sales tax or a purchase tax to the or country where you are planning to establish your business. So that keeps on changing. And corruption and bureaucracy. And it depends, like not all the countries, but in few countries where the corruption is very more. So you have to like keep on like bribing the top officials and bribing the diplomats to make your business happening in that country. So it depends on the countries. Then finally, technological policy. So few countries like still stick on to the like few ways of like the payment or the production process, in the payment product process or the transportation process. So few countries are still rigid, they stick on to the old ways, but few countries have become more advanced, and it's quite risky, but no, they have become more advanced. And the difference in the technology, like that affects the organization. For example, take this cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Not all the countries in the world has accepted it, including India. So in India, still it is in talks whether to accept it or not. But they haven't, like the Reserve Bank of India hasn't approved it. So other countries, take for example, like China. China doesn't approve Bitcoin. So doing a business with China, I know with the by the country which is accepting cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, so that would be like very difficult. So doing business transactions, that becomes like a very difficult. And the next one is quality management. So as you go internationally, the maintenance of the quality of the product and service, It should be like completely exceptional. You can't give a cheaper product at all. And finally, give me a second. Okay, fine. So there are many, like organizations, which supports the international businesses. So there are like I have listed only the top four, but there are still many. So let's see one by one. Okay, the first one being GATT, GATT. You might have heard about this General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. It is an international organization formed to reduce or eliminate tariff and other barriers to international trade. But not in all the countries, but to know like it is restricted to few countries. So this GATT agreement, like accepts, whichever country is part of the GATT, so they don't levy high taxes or don't charge high tariffs on the for the import and export of products between the countries, which comes under GATT. The second one is IMF, International Monetary Fund. So this is especially set up to boost the international business, to like boost the international economy. So it's an international financial organization which lends money to countries in conducting international trade. The third one is World Bank. So it's an international financial organization we know very well. So that too acts as a like IMF. But IMF is not like completely different. It not like comes under UNESCO, whereas World Bank, it's a World Public Organization, so which lends money to the underdeveloped and developing countries for developing their businesses, that is, developing their trade activities. So the World Bank completely focuses on the underdeveloped and developing countries to boost their economy. And finally, we have like many economic communities. So the creation of common economic policies are done by these economic communities. So they are called in many ways. For each country there are different economic communities are available. So if there is no like any problem with me exporting the product or like going doing an FDI to the host country in the host country by the parent country or by the parent organization, so they can very well like get help of these economic communities. They don't, few of them comply with the government law and regulations, and few they are private agencies. They just act as a private communities or private agencies, but they charge these organizations for getting help from them. So to get idea from them or to like solve out any issues between the companies in the host country and the parent country. So these are the few like organizations which helps or being established to help and to boost the international businesses. So to do this, we have come to an end of the presentation. Oh, finally, we have like World Trade Organization under economic communities. So these are the four different like this economic communities. You have World Trade Organization, European Community. Yes, European Community. So it deals with like all the European countries are under this European Community and the Asian Free Trade Agreement. Yes. So if there is any doubt, you can stay for like 2 more minutes, and or otherwise we can meet in the next session.